Here is chapter 13, the last chapter of Little Legends, The Secret Mountain. Chapter 13, Home Again. The journey back to Tailtown was fast, but that was the only good thing anyone could say about it. Anansi barely said a word and sat slumped in the corner of the basket with his dad sitting next to him. What happened to Mom and Rufaro? He asked, his voice shaking. Are they all right? I'm sure they are, replied his dad. I don't know how, but I just have a feeling. I'm going to find somewhere safe for you all in Tailtown, and then I'm going back. I'll find them, I promise. But nowhere will be safe in the Tailtown, protested Red. Fitch's men must have been following us the whole time. We can't go back. I know somewhere that will be safe, said Jack, his eyes lighting up. What? Squawked Betsy excitedly. Exactly, said Jack. Rufaro's secret hideout. If it's a good enough for Alpha G and the gorillas, then it's good enough for us. We can all camp there together. That's perfect, said Red. We can be close enough to Tailtown to keep an eye on what Fitch is up to, but he won't know that we are there. Okay, agreed Anansi's dad. Let's wait until nightfall. Then we can land in the wild woods without anyone finding out. Late that night, after the hot air balloon had been deflated, folded up, and hidden away, Red, Jack, Betsy, Anansi, and his dad crept through the woods towards Rufaro's secret hideout. As they closed in, Jack thought he saw a light shining through the trees, but it went out almost immediately. Did you see that? He whispered. I think there's someone there. Red's face was pale. Okay, she replied. We'll go the long way around and sneak up, just to be on the safe side. They crept through the grass as quietly as mice. Well, as quietly as huge, loud mice. Eventually, they came to the hideout. Jack tiptoed out into the clearing and was whipped off his feet, dangling upside down in a particularly ingenious trap. Alpha G and the gorillas leaped out of hiding along with Ella, Rapunzel, Wolfie, Hansel, and Gretel. When they realized it was Jack, they all burst out laughing. We thought you were one of Fitch's guards, exclaimed Rapunzel. We thought you were, replied Red with a grin. No way, cried Hansel and Gretel together. It's so good to see you guys again. Yeah, you too, said Anansi. Hello, called Jack from afar above their heads. So what brought you here? Asked Ella excitedly. Same as you, I guess, replied Anansi. We needed somewhere safe to hide. Well, come in, exclaimed Wolfie. I've been trying to make things a little more comfortable. I've woven a couple of rugs and found some scented candles. Well, I say scented. I think they're scented with earwax. They smell gross. They are earwaxed, replied Anansi. Rufaro had a bit of an ear problem last week. Wolfie looked as though he was going to be sick. That all sounds great, interrupted Jack as he swung back and forth above them. But can you please get me down? One of the gorillas lowered Jack slowly down to the floor, and Alphaji got the campfire going again. Okay, so gather around, people, he exclaimed happily. We have some alphabet pasta to eat and a lot of stories to tell. By the time the embers of fire were fading, everyone was ready for bed. Red, Jack, and Anansi had told everyone about the troll's secret mountain. Rapunzel had explained about Fitch banishing the king and queen, and Hansel and Gretel had told the story about Fitch's secret war room. Then Alpha-G explained how they'd popped in to see one of the gorilla's aunts for the afternoon and had ended up staying for a few days, going for long walks and eating lots of blackberry crumble and custard. Oh, said Red. Well, that sounds nice. I mean, the rest of us have been having all these dangerous adventures, and it turns out that you guys were just hanging out. Professor Hendricks, whose aunt they had visited, picked up a stick to write a few words in the ground. It's important to relax. I guess so, said Red with a shrug. Anyway, what are we going to do now? Asked Rapunzel. Red looked around at her friends and smiled. We're going to take back Tailtown, she said firmly. We're going to get rid of Fitch, and then we're taking back our town. And we'll make sure the town welcomes everyone, humans and trolls. The end. Or is it? So there are quite a few of these little legends books. And if you want to read some of the other ones or the one after this, I think that would be a great idea and maybe you can find out more.